It's time for some hoops at the Time Warner Cable Arena in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. It's the home of the Hornets, live on 2K Sports. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Clarkson is out there with Russell. And it's Hibbert in at the 5.
And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42, and not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch 4.
Now, here's Clarkson. Kicks to Bryant. Bryant is doubled. And the layup's good off the glass. The thing about Marvin Williams, you know, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, you know, the one thing he does, he can hit the boards. He rebounds well. He's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season he didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting, Kevin.
And Randall throws it down.
Kobe doing a great job being a playmaker on that one.
Here's Jefferson. The shot no good. Great D that time from Hibbert. Lakers have got their first 3 shots to start off this game. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Passes it to Randall. Lakers passing it around. Russell with a wide open look. And the 3 ball is good. Russell's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And Walker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Here's Jefferson. That misses off the backboard.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Some changes for Charlotte. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Jefferson. Kaminsky comes in for Marvin Williams. And Daniels subbed in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Here's Clarkson. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Daniels kicks to Kaminsky. Cannot hit.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Here's Kobe. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. But 2 for 3. The shot misses. And the Lakers take it the other way. Russell kicks to Hibbert. To the paint. Here's Randall. And that one is.
干，这次不要再断线哦，怕输哦。
Hammered home.
You couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
You can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
Charlotte making a switch here. Ben's checked in. Hornets trail by 10.
And guys, the Lakers last season were just a completely different team after Kobe's injury. Not so much in results, but just in how they played on the floor. They actually fared better without Kobe than most thought they would.
Bryant gets a wide open look. Bangs home the trifecta. Kobe's got 5.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Here's Hawes. And Hibbert with the block. Clarkson dishes to Randall. The layup missed. Charlotte has gone 0-2 from deep here. Here's Daniels. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Here's Lynn. And it's sent back by Russell. Left side, Kobe. And he gets the bucket. Got 7 points in the game. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers.
是哦，输好上来一样GG。
Points at the other end. Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Yeah, they needed the timeout here. Anything to try to get them to forget about the missed shots and get themselves back on track.
Charlotte calls timeout. After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33 and 49 just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Zeller, he's checked in for Hawes. Hansborough's coming for Kaminsky. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's laying in there for Troy Daniels.
You know, for the Hornets, they've not made consecutive playoff appearances since the team moved to New Orleans back in 2002. They just haven't been able to stay consistent enough to make it to the playoffs back-to-back years.
And that one's good. Russell.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
So the whistle blows on the shot.
就是不给书豪上篮得分。
And guys, what's rough for the Hornets is that they were a consistent playoff fixture in the late 90s. Still, the team has never made it to the conference finals in its franchise history, and that should be a goal for them in the coming years. And they seem to have gotten something out of almost every possession. Their defense has been just as good, just a tremendous performance all the way around.
Yeah, and they're doing it in hostile territory, too. I mean, don't forget about that part of it, which makes it even more impressive.
And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development, but it almost was the opposite in his play.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He's been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
And talking about Lin last season, he never quite gelled with what they were doing in Los Angeles. Both he and Kobe need the ball to be effective, and I got a feeling you guys know which one of those two is going to get it.
Pass to Kobe. Hibbert at the elbow. Uncovered. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. It's really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up. And, you know, getting back to Lynn, he was actually pretty strong starting out the season. In November, he made 48% of his shots, 37% from downtown. But in April, he only hit 24% from the field and was eventually shut down for the year. Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 2 buckets have come by way of an assist.
And that's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time
猪哦，可以
on
不要一直
the
买
bench
饭
before
吗？ 你娘的，太扯
You
了！
gotta think about sitting him down.
The Hornets have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
靠
And as a
北，
group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Batum comes in for Kid Gilchrist. And Lee's subbed in for Lamb. Williams, he's checked in for the Lakers.
And I like that they're not settling, getting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. For Charlotte, they have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. Kobe goes in, and it's Russell in the corner. And it's off from three-point range.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
To the inside, to Bryant. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have
你
all come
娘
off
的，
assists.
太扯了啦！
And there's the call on Lewis Williams. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And guys, Tyler Hansbrough, as heavily a decorated player as we've ever had in college, has somehow seen his numbers steadily decline in the pros. Last season, he was in for an average of only 14 minutes a game, the lowest of his career, and he also only averaged about 4 points a game, which also equaled the lowest of his career.
Hornets trailed by 15. A shot by Batum, no good.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Charlotte has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Now here's Lynn. 6 points for him. And the Hornets miss again.
不好意思，
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
And the dunk by Zeller.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure.
The kick out to Bryant. 6 on the shot clock. With the fadeaway. That's good. Kobe's got 13.
His switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Lynn against Williams. Outside, Lynn. It's blocked. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Los Angeles making a switch here.
哎，干为什么？为什么没有进攻没有倒数计时？
And Batum kicks to Hansbrough. It could go. Oh, and the buzzer. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Lakers lead by 15. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And for the Lakers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Smooth sailing from an offensive standpoint thus far.
No other way to put it, Greg. They've made it really look easy so far.
Hornets trailed by 15. Williams down low with Jefferson. Then there's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And there's Kemba Walker. And it's Daniels in the shooting guard. So that's the Hornets 5.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
The Lakers weren't very good at all last season, Clark, and they just didn't have any teeth in their road game.
Well, you know, they shot threes on the road well, Kevin. Top percentage in the league, as a matter of fact. Still, they just couldn't hold on to leads.
Now Daniels, following the three-point attempt by Lou Williams. Jefferson kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. Charlotte moving it around. 11 feet away. Jefferson's shot is off.
And the Lakers would end with a road record of 9-32. That is a franchise worst for them and sums up the year they had away from Staples.
Back to Williams. Stolen by Walker. Kidd-Gilchrist with it. And Young picks him up defensively. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. On defense, the Lakers. And we have an intentional foul there. I wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Charlotte making a switch. Zeller's checked in. On the wing, Brown. Fires the three. And it's good. Brown's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
You know, looking at the Lakers, a big thing for them as we get back to their road woes is they didn't win a single game on the road in their division. In a word, that's terrible. You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
And really, Clark, that's the way you get yourself back into the game. He stops and then try to get out in transition for some easy ones.
Well, he's just angling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up. Yeah, not afraid of the physical play, but he still needs to stay under control.
Yeah, he obviously was not under control right there. Not much doubt he was going to get whistled for the over-the-back call.
Kaminsky is checked in for Cody Zeller. Here's Kaminsky. Can't get it to go. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Williams passes to Brown. Let's go with the three. Black dishes to Nance. Brown outside. Back to Nance. Clock at 6. Over Williams. And the shot is long. Hornets trail by 13. Daniels with it. Williams picks him up. Daniels kicks to Walker.
刷到了，
A
妈的
shot's！good on the assist
好
by
过。
Daniels.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Williams against Walker. Young sets a screen for Williams. To the middle. Tries to keep it alive.
Fuck.
It's stolen by Kaminsky. And a fast ball.
兄哥，我干你娘！你不觉得怎么分？
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up.
Hornets have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Picked by Williams. Young with the steal.
就是没错。
And it's the Lakers on the break. That's good from Williams. The assist from Young. Williams has got his second bucket.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
And guys, it looked like Nick Young had finally put it all together. I mean, he had a huge campaign 2 years ago, signs a new 4-year deal. Then last year, disaster strikes. I mean, he provided very little to the team outside of shooting the basketball. And even with that, he dropped to a career worst 37% from the field.
Lakers leading by 11. Nance a screen. And Young, here we go. Here's Black. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them, fighting for every loose ball.
Lee passes to Kaminsky. Again, the Hornets score.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
And Jefferson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jefferson. Hansbrough's checked in for the Hornets. And the Lakers with some changes. Ryan in the post. Defended by Batum. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Batum against Kobe. Just 4 to shoot. A fader. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Lynn kicks to Hansbrough. And stolen by Russell. And now Randall pushing it up and no one back to stop him.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the road.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And Charlotte had a lot of momentum going into last season off that playoff appearance. But they just stumbled out of the gates last season and spent the whole year playing catch-up.
Spencer Hawes is checked in for Charlotte. Lynn's shot is off. On the wing, Bryant. He's whistled for the 5-second back to the basket violation. And for the Hornets, they seem to get back on track last January, but they did quickly after that were too far behind to make up room and get in the playoffs.
And you know, they had a rash of injuries, Kevin, and that really did them in. All in all, it was a season that just didn't have any traction for them because of the injuries.
Clarkson kicks to Kobe. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Parachute Club on that pump fake.
And Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Outside, Lynn feeds it DeHaas.
输啊，真好死，还想传助攻，我干嘛？
Outside for Batum. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. The dish to Hawes. It's Jefferson high post. He's against Hibbert. The second chance effort. And Hibbert with the block.
干输啊，快点！
Ugly second
去
quarter
死
for！
干
him,
你
and now
干
I
到
think
操他
he's
妈
starting
的！
to really
我说
force
趁你给
the
输
issue.
好了，说盖他的球
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Lee again. It's Russell. Pass to Bryant. Clock at 6. And it's denied.
干，
And the
干被
ball
你盖
goes
到
out
了，
of
操
bounds.
他妈
Last
的！
touch by Batum.
操他妈的飞的！
Here's Randall, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Kemba Walker is checked in for Jeremy Lin. Hornets trail by 13. Screen by Jefferson. Walker dishes to Lee. Over in the corner, Batum. The shot. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And for Big Al Jefferson, he's been a great player in this league, but he hasn't played on that many great teams, and he's never made an all-star team. Hard to imagine.
Good on the second free throw. And for Al Jefferson, never making an all-star team, he's got to
Ooh. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook.
输好下去了。
Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Batum passes to Hawes. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And guys, Spencer Hawes signed a 4-year, $23 million contract with the Clippers prior to last season. Not sure the Clippers felt like they got their money's worth. He did improve a little bit in the playoffs. Still may be some hope for him in LA.
Well, I'd have to agree with you, Kevin. I mean, he had some moments, but on the season, shot a career low from the foul line as well as in several other areas.
Cody Zeller's checked in for Charlotte. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Nicholas Batum.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
On the wing, Bryant. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And here's Walker. And Zeller kicks to Hawes. Back to Zeller. No good on the buzzer beater. And
Kobe 布莱恩。干，杜兰他妈的，干，中华队碰不得啊！靠背。
And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade.
Kobe having just a fantastic game. He has 15 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, I mean, he has been everywhere.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Russell is out there with Clarkson. And it's Hibbert in the center position.
The
rebound by the Lakers.
And once he had to change his shot in the face of the D, you just had a feeling that one wasn't going to fall.
Kid Gilchrist dishes to Walker. Kid Gilchrist with it. Out defended by Randall. Kid Gilchrist, no luck.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. Some changes for Charlotte. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Michael Kid Gilchrist. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Kemba Walker. Here's Lin. A strong finish under pressure all over. Lin's got 10.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Russell passes to Bryant. Back to Russell. From outside the arc. The Lakers rebound. It's Kobe Bryant on the wing. Defended by Batum. Tries again. Here's Kobe. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. 17 points in the game. Hornets trail by 20. Big part of the problem for the Lakers last year was consistency. With all their injuries, they had to shuffle the lineup, it seemed, every game.
Well, you know what happened with all that shuffling was they got to see a lot of different players and evaluate them for the future. I think it helped in regards to what they're going to do this offseason.
Lin kicks to Zeller. And out of bounds is Los Angeles Kings possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Jefferson's checked in for Cody Zeller. Kaminsky comes in for Spencer Hawes. And Daniels subbed in for Lamb. Here's Bryant. Again, the Lakers.
And for the Lakers, obviously the big get for them was landing the #2 overall pick in the draft. Getting a quality big to add to a roster with Kobe is huge. It made them a player, again, I believe, in free agency.
Charlotte no good that time either.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Here's Kobe. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot.
可以不要犯规吗？不想正常投篮。
And, you know, when it comes to the Lakers, they're always going to be players in free agency if they have money. He's still a marquee franchise in the NBA, one of the top 2 or 3, no doubt. When you have high draft picks and money to spend, people want to play for you, and not to mention, California is an attractive destination.
And the Hornets making a change here. Williams is checked in. Stolen by Clarkson. Pass break, the Lakers. And it's blocked. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
还是给黑曼巴就好。
Kobe against Batum. Ryan in the post. He's got 23.
这个是盖
They
吗？
get it back. Clarkson. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Lakers.
Guys, one of the themes in this game has been how much of their scoring has come off turnovers.
Yeah, they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Charlotte making a switch here. Kid Gilchrist is checked in. And a wide open look for Lynn. Jefferson kicks to Daniels. There's Lynn with the three. And he gets it to go. Lynn's got 13.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Here's Kobe. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And for Kobe Bryant, how difficult was last season? Starting out strong, even though the team break around him wasn't very good. But then everything, including Bryant, fell to pieces.
And when you're a competitor, the way this guy is a competitor, you can't stand to lose. So you push your body to the limit to avoid that. But what happens at age 36 when you've got the kind of miles that Kobe Bryant has, you know, you just can't go it alone. That's why Kobe lasted only 35 games.
Black kicks to Clarkson. And the ball travels out of bounds. Last touch by Kid Gilchrist.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Troy Daniels. And it's Batum in for Walker.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
And Lamb kicks to Williams. And yes, sir, that one drops. Williams has got 6.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him. You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Batum dishes to Jefferson. That's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession. Young's checked in for Kobe.
Now into the lineup for the Lakers.
Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Jefferson. Stolen by Clarkson. Ball's knocked loose. Williams with the steal. And lots of contact here. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on Nick Young. That's good from Williams. Los Angeles making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And Williams drops them both. Here's Williams. Batum with the steal. And here they go. And caught by Jefferson.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Here's Young. Just 5 to shoot. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
You know, I thought Charlotte went to their bench as much as most other teams last season. Those guys ate up time for the starters, but weren't nearly efficient scoring the ball as you might want them to be.
Cody Zeller's checked in for Charlotte. Hansborough's coming for Marvin Williams. For the Hornets last season, their bench was weak at times. They just couldn't really score that well.
And the Hornets bench was the only bench to shoot under 40% from the floor for the season.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Zeller. Kid Gilchrist, no luck.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you got to take advantage.
They grab their own miss. The try by Russell. Again, Russell missing.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected him too much.
That's good.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Here's Williams. uses the glass to finish the layup. Williams has got 6. Charlotte has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Batum attacking, and that one's good. And that's now 9 points for Cody Zeller.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Russell kicks to Black. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got 6 assists now in the game.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Batum attacking. Hansbrough dishes the Lamb. Takes the 3. Charlotte calls timeout.
Yeah, in the quest to get to the playoffs, the Hornets came up short last season, and a lot of that was due to how they fared against the Western Conference. They just couldn't keep up with the offensive firepower coming out of the West. They've already picked up a number of fouls here, and they're in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet, keeping their hands up, and defending without foul.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. And then for Los Angeles, Brandon Bass is checked in for Tarek Black. Brown comes in for Young, and it's Bryant in for Russell.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Poked away. Clock at 4. To the paint. Bryant's shot is off. As you mentioned, the Hornets struggled against the West. Only won 8 games in the 30 games played.
And you need to be near 500 against the West if you want to make the playoffs in the East. But it was their lack of offense that just made it so hard for the Hornets to keep up with a lot of teams in the West.
And there's a whistle that goes on Jeremy Lin. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And, you know, a huge moment for Kobe last season before the injury. I mean, he passed the great Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. For Kobe, that was him moving into the 3rd spot ahead of Michael Jordan. Says a lot, Clark, about where he stands among the greats.
And you look at it, he is first among perimeter players now in that regard. So he's clearly on a very short list of the greatest wingmen of all time in the history of the league.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Lin kicks to Kaminsky. One-on-one here. Here's Brown. Here's Nance. And that's collected by Spencer Hawes. Hawes got his 5th rebound in this one. Daniels. One-on-one here. Here's Nance. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
That's good.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Walker the pass to Daniels. Taken away by Williams. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
How nice was that alley-oop? Those two really have a good connection.
Yeah, read each other so well. It's a play I'm sure, Clark, they love to run.
And as a receiver, though, he doesn't necessarily feel the need to go for that monster finish. Just the nice little silky smooth layup.
Hands in the post. And he slams it right down on top of Frank Kaminsky. Nasty, absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag.
I tell you what,
we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's
最后一集给
been a
老大头就是爽。
one-sided affair. Los Angeles on top, running away with it. We've got more NBA
对啊，
basketball
你说你要
coming
逆
away
转
in
是不
just
是
a？minute.
更香的美，你有没有你
Welcome back as we get
你队上又没有那个
ready to start the
流
fourth
川枫跟
quarter.
樱
Not
木花道，
exactly a nail biter here, but you never
也
know.
没有老大。
And here is Los Angeles now.
哇，靠
Kid
背啊！
Gilchrist
看
and Williams are at the forward spots.
看到
Then
没有
there's？ Batum. Then there's Al Jefferson.
笑死！
And it's Daniels in at the point. So that's the Hornets 5. Williams
更
with
油
a
了啦！
clean
操！
look. The shot's good. Brown
妈
making
的
the
嘞，
play.
是太久没有用它了，
And that's now 11 points
不
for
小看我的
Williams.
Williams。
And they're going to have a hard time climbing back into this game if they continue to defend like that.
Here's
吃
Daniels.
死吧！
And that one goes long.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade
That's
there.
all
He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
For 3, Williams. But they'll get another chance. Brown wide open. He fires. Nailed from the three-point land.
One of the big stories is second chance point. They've just been terrific here in the second half in that area.
跟西短沟冲
Here's
啊去！
Jefferson. Can't hit. And the Lakers take it the other way. Takes the 3. Williams with another miss.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense. Boy, he's got a nice-looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, and a lot of times he'll still knock those down no matter how good the D is.
靠腰，
Out of bounds.
Control.
Charlotte takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass
五保
that
孙
far
要
off
上
the
来了。
mark.
And some changes here for the
你说
Hornets.
什么？
Seller comes in for Jefferson. And it's Jeremy Lin
你
in
再说一次。
for Troy
你说
Daniels.
什么？没听到。
A nice shot by Lin.
哦，好啊。
He's been a different guy here in the second half.
跟你
His
讲
shooting
输好赢不了，
percentage
老大你
far
不行。
better than it was before the
你要冲来，冲来啊！不要挑战老大，可以吗？靠背哦，你靠背。没球，干。靠，等一下哦。吃屎吧！